today I want to get into Jung Kook saying that he is a bit lost and helpless and what happened there. I want to get into Sasaengs taking Jung Kook's cell phone number and what happened there. And then we have private pictures wanting to be posted from Jimin's cell phone. So hey Dumplings, it's Dave Desai. Hey there, and make sure you subscribe with the notification bell on. Grab your dumplings, hey Spilling Mug merch, and let's go. If you're not aware, there's a few jokes that exist within the ARMY fandom. One of them is when BTS members leave for months or weeks at a time and not post on social media. So sometimes we'll see that BTS's official Twitter or Instagram account will go a long time without posting, and this makes sense as BTS isn't active as a group right now. All they can post is about the individual members. And then BTS official Instagram account would have nothing to post about BTS as a group because the individual members will post about their solo stuff on their own page. So then there became this joke within the fandom that the members who go months without posting, like sometimes Jimin and then the group page, both of them must have forgotten their password to the account. And then when the pages finally do post, the fandom freaks out and says, yay, they remember their password, and it's absolutely hilarious. For the longest time, this has been mostly a joke. For example, I think most of us don't know our passwords for things because we're probably just automatically logged into everything, either on our phones or laptop, so we don't need to log in on a daily basis. So I think most of us just think it's a joke because of course the members are logged in, they're just not posting. And then of course, no one would forget the BTS group account passwords because there's a literal team running the account that likely logs in daily just to keep it active or has the password written somewhere. But then recently, Jimin posted on Weverse that he has gone and then come back with a smiley blushing emoji. Of course, this is very cute. Jimin then, without being prompted, commented on the post to say, when I get home, I should quickly find my Instagram password. And so ARMYs were definitely expecting some sort of post from Jimin. Now, it's been a few days since then, so I don't know if he posted a story or something. However, there has been no new post on the feed or on Reels. So we can probably conclude he has either never found the password or simply logged in and had nothing to post. ARMYs also have this other joke where when they pretend like they don't care or don't want something, this is when BTS members will drop something. So people were saying that they were pretending that they did not care about Jimin dropping some Jimin and Jungkook photos or Jungkook photos. Now, many people were definitely saying this as a joke, and Jungkook doesn't always imply the two members dating, but just that there's cute moments with Jimin and Jungkook together. So people were definitely hoping for that, and others were definitely hoping that we would see the cute dating moments or private moments that Jimin would end up posting. However, that's probably not even going to happen or even happening. You know, we don't know until we get confirmation, and the members are very good at keeping secrets and not posting too much. So it seems Jimin didn't post much at all and decided to keep the photos to himself, which is fine. But of course, we are still waiting for Jimin to log in and post something. It's been great seeing the members be slightly more active, or at least active in talking about their feelings. Jungkook was recently interviewed for Weverse magazine where he talked about his feelings lately about being solo. It's not surprising that a member coming from a big group or always being around a large number of people is going to feel a sense of loneliness when he is alone. Jungkook during the interview definitely talked about this in more detail. He mentioned that even when he wasn't trying, he would end up meeting new people when he was in the group. And if you've ever been in a big city with a larger group of really close friends, you'll very quickly notice that there really isn't a day that something doesn't happen. So whether all of you are together and then one of you guys runs into an old friend who then gets introduced to the whole group, or you meet a new significant other that someone in the friend group is dating, stuff like that. So there's always new people coming in and out on the daily. I think this is what Jungkook is mentioning when he says that he was meeting a lot of people when the group was active. This also probably means that when he would finish practice or work, there would often be people, whether that was a new friend he meet or other members of the group, that he could go to a restaurant with afterwards or hang out and grab a beer with, something he does not have now. Jungkook talks about how he feels lonely after finishing work and feels adrift, basically meaning that he feels a bit helpless and not having a specific direction. And this is definitely something you're not expecting to hear from someone who just dropped a #1 song and is raking in that cash. We tend to think that people who make money and lots of it know what they're they're doing and have a clear goal in mind. However, this is not the case for many people. Jungkook for many years relied heavily on the other members telling him what to do and armed to guide everyone. Jungkook was the young one, so in terms of group direction, group decisions, and career decisions, Jungkook probably took a bit of a backseat approach, whereas now he is in the front seat and the success of his solo career is completely dependent on him and what he does and says, and no help. Even something as simple as an interview and trying to remember what he's there to promote can be tough, because when you're in a group, if you forget, the other members could remember and do it. Because you never want to straight up say, buy the album 50 times over, but hinting towards the album is always a great approach. Interviewers ask, what do you like to do for fun? Instead of answering maybe truthfully about the new hobbies, you might say something like, lately I've been focusing on writing music and trying to find new hobbies, and I sing about it in the new album. This is stuff that sometimes you might forget to do due to the overwhelming number of things going on at the moment. So I can definitely understand his struggle. I think going solo and developing those skills to be able to find a bit more direction is going to help when BTS comes back together as a group. I think it will strengthen the group and it will bring new ideas to the group. So if there's a specific marketing strategy that Jungkook got that he then feels would be great to be implemented as a group, he might go ahead and do that. People have been very concerned over Jungkook's safety, and I was actually very surprised at something that happened recently that I think really cemented this idea that Jungkook is possibly in danger. We know about some of the stalker moments in the past. These include moments like being followed into idols' hotels, getting touched while being at the airport, fans calling Jungkook when Jungkook was on a live stream, and then more recently a stalker fan sending food right to Jungkook's doorstep. Things like that. Most of the members have probably had their number leaked and those sorts of things. This happens and it's hard to avoid, especially when you're that famous. It's not always common knowledge to respect people's phone numbers. When you meet a celebrity and you're a cashier or check-in person, I can understand why some people might feel a strong urge to write that number down and keep it. And some probably think it's not creepy, but it is. And there's some leeway with the average day-to-day person. You can call that person that you jotted the number down and be like, hey, you left some money on the counter or whatever, and then after saying all that, you ask them out on a date. Stuff that we see in movies, right? So in some twisted way, I can see people think that taking an idol's number is the same as that, but it's not, because the idol is worried about dying 90% of the time, and they appreciate moments where their phone doesn't ring rather than when it does. So a while ago, it was leaked that one of the members had Jungkook's phone number saved as Jiyeon Jungkook 4, and this implies to people that Jungkook has had 4 phone numbers. Of course, most of us probably have the same phone number for many years and even decades, but we have Jungkook changing his number every year, it seems. People obviously think that every time Jungkook changes his number, the members have to go and add a number to the new phone number so they know that this is the new Jungkook, not the old one. So fast forward after the whole Jungkook seeing a stalker at the gym, getting the food delivery, everything, J-Hope did an interview with Esquire. This was very cute, and J-Hope answered a lot of questions and make-believe scenarios. The interview obviously came from before J-Hope was enlisted, and so it was cute to see the video pop up while J-Hope was in the military, and it made everyone feel like J-Hope was back. Now, J-Hope was asked an interesting question during the interview, which was about what he saves the member's name as in his phone. I think this is something everyone wonders about. People who are close friends with each other, like, do they have cute nicknames for each other? And J-Hope answered it to say that people older than him have their first name and Hyung at the end. And then for the younger members, it's just their name. However, it was very interesting when he said that he has Jungkook as Jiyeon Jungkook 7. And this freaked out a lot of people to say that Jungkook now changed his number 7 times, meaning he literally probably had to, because so many people were leaking his number and calling it. And that's definitely sad, as the other members can keep their phone number. Jungkook should definitely create a false one for work-related stuff, and then just keep another number for him and his family and his friends. Let me know what you think. Make sure to check out my Patreon for more videos, link down below. Thanks, just lovely comment right here. Love you, bye.